grace, healing, and truth. And then I got this prayer that was given to me. Here I am, Lord, letting the Spirit control me. I pray that your words flow from my mouth, without being polluted by the wickedness that stands between us. That only the word of God is the truth, but the light that rebukes the darkness. I pray that your love pours from us. I pray for inspiration to touch people and light their souls with your word. I pray for the grace. I pray for the healing power of the Holy Spirit to flow through us and wash our souls in his love. And I pray for the truth of your light to shine on everyone. That was given to me by him.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going live in 5 minutes.
Or 1 minute, I think.
1 minute?
It's supposed to be 4 o'clock.
Oh,
I mean, we could be a couple minutes
my
late.
computer's saying 3:55.
Mine says 3:59.
Yeah, my phone says 3:59. That means the computer's off. Hold on, we're going live in a minute.
Well, I mean, you guys are the boss. We go live when you say we're going live, really. We can. No, you're good. So as soon as you okay. So I'm gonna mute us to the.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, welcome to the Gordon house.
Hey.
So we have Leon, little Leon, Phoebe, and Nikki or Nicole. So why don't you guys explain to us real quick just kind of what you're doing up there? And this is perfect having the kids there because my favorite part was when your kids took my kids out to see the goats. That was really a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good
Right
time.
now it's snowing and raining at the same time.
What?
Yeah. So it's like a slushy snow.
Oh man, that sounds like a bad time.
Yeah, you get
It's
them all when
slush-
you're in the clouds. You get them all.
It's a slushy out there.
Oh
It's
man.
really like a slushy out there.
So we're here to talk about kind of what you guys are doing. So do you guys have chickens up there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And do you eat the eggs?
Yes.
And what kind of chickens do you guys eat?
Meat birds only.
I love that response. Meat birds because you guys raised them, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
That's awesome. And now you guys also have goats.
Yes.
Yes.
4 ghosts. One named Shadow. One named Matilda, and one named Olivia, and one name is Sweet Pie.
That's right. And we can't talk too much about the goats because that's the episode we're going to be playing for everybody here in a couple of minutes. But we were just taking this time to kind of introduce the Gordons. And why don't you guys give us a couple minutes and just explain what it is that you kind of have going on up there?
Well, we wanted to do our own farm. We like knowing where our food comes from. We like knowing that we grew what we eat and we preserve what we eat. Canning is a lot of fun to me. It's interesting.
And we also freeze dry food, so we have it so if we need it, we hit freeze-dried raw eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze-dried eggs? What do you mean freeze-dried eggs? You got to explain that to me a little more than just saying freeze-dried eggs.
You have a freeze jar and you put it in how it is.
You just throw the egg in there with the shell and everything?
No, you open it if you want scrambled.
Do you guys know how many little kids know that you can dehydrate eggs? I bet you it's not very many, and the fact that you guys even know how you actually do it is even more impressive. So, like you said, you guys are.
Put it in. You push the start button,
and then Daddy can explain it from there. How about that?
Right,
That's another episode.
and that's kind of what you guys are looking for. Is you guys do all kinds of things up there, and we want to see what people are interested in learning. And you guys kind of are going to a community-based things. You barter. You've got people down the road that you're working with for fungus, and then yes, and he's awesome. And then you were talking about the evaporator, but like I said, we'll get into that in the episode. So why don't we go ahead and we'll start with the episode?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
sounds good.
Let's go. Hope you guys like it.
Is this the loading screen?
Yes. This is
Let's get into the goats.
episode.
So, all right, we'll be back in about 20 minutes, everybody.
Yeah, that was my idea.
And me and my wife always argue over it because every time I've talked about it, I'm like, are you going to eat the goats? Are we going to try to milk the goats? Like, what's the plan for the goats? And it's like, they're cute pets. As you said, you guys are going to do something a little different. You're going to have them mobile, moving around. And then you use them to work the land. They go up, they eat the shrub brush, they poop, they leave the droppings there. You've got them with the chickens. They kind of walk around, smush it into the ground. They're eating all the pine trees and all that stuff. You then take the droppings and the leftover hay, and you're able to use them as fertilizer by bringing them up to the garden. And having this mobile barn allows you to drive it straight up to the garden instead of having to carry it on something else.
It's just heavy. We're gonna get heavier. Just because of the location of the axles. Which is another reason why I picked this trailer for us. Because I take these bolts out here and I can move that axle. Because that's all it is. It's a torsion axle. Alright, back her up.
What does torsion mean? Do you have any idea?
Yeah. So, it has this pillow block that's rubber, right? And then they stick this other piece of metal in there when they're casting the rubber on it. And that is your arm right here. And then off that they have their axle. So this is your axle, this is your mounting location. With torsion of the axle pulling up on it, or the weight being applied to that axle, it causes the rubber that's in it to, was it kinetic energy? Twisting it up, like loading it, and then that's my axle instead of a spring. Pretty cool, right? It's independent too. I think it'd be nicer out in the woods.
Yeah.
I got a lead
Goodbye, belt.
I like to drive I like to get where I'm going.
Yeah, I've smelled a couple hot 4-wheelers when she's done with them.
Explain so you drove it up to the garden, scooped it all into the garden.
Yeah.
And then how do you turn it from hay and poop into compost?
Well, you gotta turn it. I didn't throw that right into the garden per se. Like
It was too hot.
Yeah, it's hot. Like, it's hot. So I pitched it off, like, right at the garden into this pile, and we went up there, like...
Right, how do you turn it?
With a pitchfork. Or the tractor.
So
or
it's like
whatever I wanted
physically
to-
like
just literally
stirring it up,
flip
turning it, like
Just
yeah.
Flip
literally
it over
go out,
like an air.
scoop it, get like a flapjack, just shove it in there. And
Yeah, you just want to
Just
stir
grab
it all
from
up.
the bottom, bring it to the top. If you can, like I got the grapple on the tractor, you literally You just grab it, pick it up in the air, and just like drop it.
So you
Like
just
slowly,
agitate
like
it.
let it drop, and just like let the pile get air. It works good.
And how long before you can put it in the garden about?
Oh, I'll put that in. The stuff that's up there now that I just took out, I'll put that in the spring. And I'm gonna be putting a lot of fish guts and stuff into it again. This, like, you know.
Yeah, you've got a tote of water that you fill with
Yeah.
fish heads and fish guts.
It's my filthy tank. I call it my tea tank, and everybody hates it. They hate that word.
It
'cause
smells
it's not,
so bad.
It's not tea. It's not tea.
It doesn't smell bad anymore, but when it first started, actually when it first started, it didn't smell bad either. It was just like when the fish started to decompose because he threw like whole fishes in there.
Yeah, because I
Is it
didn't have
fishes?
the ability at that point to like
Grind him up.
grind them up. So now everything, like, all, like, you go fishing. I cut the fillets out. All the rest of the fish gets sent through the grinder. And I got a specific grinder for this now. Like, I got this, like, big oak door, nasty, you want to feed carrots to this thing. You want to throw
Like
stocks in
food
it.
grinder, just like
Yeah.
how big of
Like a big one.
All right, we'll have to see a picture of that.
And so we run that in, grind it up, and just throw it in that tote, and it just like keeps digesting down. And like the nutrients that comes out of that tote when we put it in the garden is bomb. Like the water that comes off that.
What
Take
is
a pill
that
of that.
like old thing that they said like when Native Americans were teaching pilgrims how to plant corn and stuff? They would plant
Plant
like they put a
fish.
fish underneath it and then
Like yeah.
because it gives off the nutrients. So as it decomposes, it gives off.
And I found
And I
that
have like
out.
a fish fertilizer that I bought at Aubuchon's, and it was like $22 for like it was like a concentrate, but it was like $22 for this small jug of I think it was like 16 ounces maybe.
Yeah, it wasn't even like so
Yeah.
small. Yeah, 16 ounces. Sounds right.
So we were
But
just
yeah.
like, let's make our own.
Yeah, and what was the first time I did it was at the old house, and I dug a trench in our garden, our raised garden beds. I dug 2 trenches, and I took the 2 pails full of fish guts and fish parts and pieces, and I dumped them into those trenches, and I buried them. And it took like 4 or 5 weeks for the scent to subside to the point where I was able to go and even dig into that dirt. You know what I mean?
Ew.
Yeah, it was filthy.
And then like
You know what
once
I mean?
you were able to dig in it, you had to watch out for the
Because you
fish
would
bones
get
because like you was
stabbed.
they were so sharp they would stab you. So he's like, we got to figure out something different. He's
So
like, I got to
go,
grind them up.
I gotta grind them. So as soon as I started grinding them, I started using the grind for other things too. I've actually used it for fish bait.
For what?
Fish bait.
Oh, you like
To
chump.
catch more
You're
fish.
just basically
Yeah.
making chump.
It works phenomenally.
So instead of chopping it up with an axe or something like that,
I
you
just
just
take
run
it
it
and
through a
I
grinder.
freeze it in like an ice cube tray.
Yeah.
And then I'll sink a couple of them. And while they're thawing out, they literally just like chum the area. Get that scent of that fish all through that area, and it just brings so many fish in. It's amazing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Some of the
That's
top
awesome. So
stuff
you're out there chumming. Now we'll get back on the goat barn here. That's pretty cool. All right, so you guys just carried a couple pieces of plywood out. So now we're talking about how you're going to build it. But essentially what you end up doing is you run the frame down through here. And then
I literally.
I think you made a fire.
Huh?
I said, I think you made a fire.
Talking like that while we're getting filming? Freak.
Old bowl drill.
Oh yeah, it's like really good for your drill bit. When you're going through 2 layers with rust in the middle, it trashes drill bits. Uh-oh. Whew.
We went at this thing to try to build like the crappiest free goat barn I could. And it's actually turning out to be pretty decent. Even though like everything was fighting me, stuff wasn't going well. I was catching my beard in this, and I was looking for that, and
it was
see
a
past your beard.
yeah,
it was a frustrating day. You were expecting to have the goat barn built by the time I was out of there. It seemed like, and it just
I was going like a million miles a second in my head, and nothing would work out right. And yeah, see me playing with my beard because I'm like, I'm fucking shot and I'm looking for this tape measure that's, no. Yeah, no, I don't have a bolt. Shoot. No, that's pretty much what was going on the whole
Yeah,
time.
yeah. You
It
see,
was terrible. I was losing my mind. So right now we're putting like the base, like to try to attach the anything that we want for wood to this trailer. So I'm like lagging 2x4s, just trying to get some meat so I can screw things into, you know.
just create something to hold it.
Yeah, just
Putting a nailer in.
kind of like a base.
Yeah, so we built the frame and then we used pallets.
Yeah, just use as much
And
things that we
some-
had. We literally it cost us nothing.
So
minus
what?
the screws and the time
That's what I was gonna say. So, and other than the screws you had to buy,
and gasoline for our wheeler and electricity for our cameras to charge it and gasoline for you to come up and film. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
and like all that.
most of it's
But-
just time.
But mostly it was just time. But like, you gotta also think that people like, okay, just to put this TV, I mean, put this on your computer or your phone. Are you watching it now? How much it takes?
Yeah.
How much work you got invested in this?
Yeah, I told you about it. It was fun. I'm in. I love what you guys are doing up there. I love the cut with the chainsaw. So this is you've got no power up there. We're actually up the road. So I get there, they're like, "Oh, it's just around the corner." It's like a freaking quarter of a mile up a hill.
Well, it's still our property.
He's like,
It's all
I'm gonna walk.
attached. It's
And I
all
was like, are
attached.
you sure you want to walk?
I'm like, dude, just hop on the back of the tractor. I'll give you a tote up there. And like, literally, he stopped at like the last second. Like, you were at the edge of my property.
He got a phone call though.
Did
Yeah.
you? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
I
why.
forget things. So.
You got a phone
But
call.
it's like like you said, it's like a quarter mile, but it's all uphill.
Yeah, it's all uphill. And this is such a beautiful spot that we picked up. It was another 15 acres that we snagged up, and feel freaking super blessed to get this piece. It's a sugar bush. It's already been tapped. Like last year, I tapped it again, and it produced very well. And hopefully, we can have some more this year. I'm not gonna be doing the evaporator much this year. I will do a boil. Like maybe you guys can come up. We'll have a good time with it or something. Or
Why?
maybe
What do
I'll
you
do a
mean you
couple
won't be?
boils. Like I'm not gonna sit and run the evaporator. Like I ran the evaporator every day I had off last year because I had to.
You had that much sap?
I was losing sap on the ground. I had a whole tote, like 300 gallons of sap get dumped on the ground because it froze the valve and blew the valve and all the sap ran out of my tank. I got pictures of that you guys can put in there for some other stuff. But like I don't have the equipment to evaporate to the level where I'm satisfied. That makes sense. Like I can't invest that kind of time.
Gotcha.
Like we'll bring this stuff to Alan Wilbur's, Lakeview Farms.
Mhm.
We're gonna go down to his evaporator.
So you just bring him the sap, and then
he'll buy the sap off me, and he'll run it through his reverse osmosis machine.
wait.
Which
His what?
reverse osmosis?
Not an evaporator.
No, you run it through the reverse osmosis first.
What is that?
Okay, so I got a filter that's got a 2-micron filter in it, right? So everything that is getting pressurized into that's coming through that hole, is 2 microns or smaller water.
Okay, so it's
It
just
strips, like literally, it's even stripping the minerals from the water and leaving it with this, the sap. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Like you take this filter and they put it like 160 psi. I can't remember.
Oh, you're asking the wrong person.
It went up there. It's up there, higher pressures, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 160. I don't know. Maybe some of them go even higher because the more pressure you got, the more you can. And you have a line coming out that's just pure water that's going through the filter.
Yeah.
Everything else that's on the outside of the filter gets passed along, you know what I mean? And it just keeps getting circulated in the tank. So every time he goes through that thing, he's pulling it out. So he's going from 10% sugar content to 30.
And then he starts boiling from there,
and it's like, dude, you just every drop that comes out of that thing is less wood that I had to feed into the evaporator.
Yeah.
So maybe we could do an episode if you guys want it, and we can find some people. We'll do an episode building a reverse osmosis machine because I got the theory in my head very well. Just need the money
In the material.
Yeah. No, I just need the material. I got the time.
All right. So on this, you get the pallets set up on the.
Trash pellets. We wanted to make sure that people knew that we didn't spend a dime on this. So we had to use a pallet that we picked up on the side of the road for free. So here we go. We're screwing it there. I'm stupid. Trying to find level. And I'm a recovering, perfectionist, so I try not to pull a tape measure out as much as I can right now. Because it helps sometimes.
Yeah. And, it's not like you were making a super tall one.
No, it was just come on, let's just slam this together. I've done this a million other times for other things where I just slam shit together and it works. And this is another one where I just slammed the goat barn together because we needed it.
Yeah.
And it happened with literally time and screws.
Yeah.
That's all we have invested.
Time, screws, and gas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did you guys get the goat barn back down to, where is it now?
Now it's down by the road. When you're driving in, you'll be seeing it on the left-hand side.
But before our backyard.
Gotcha, where the tractor is and Forky sits up there?
Yeah, before that, on the left-hand side.
All right.
Yeah, they're going to be up in the woods.
Oh, it's in the woods by Forky.
Yeah.
And what is the plan to get them onto the ground? Are you doing electric fence, or are you doing...
They're in there right now. With mobile electric fencing. So you got these poly wire fencing. So it's like a plastic wire with metal wires strewn through it, and they're pre-connected, already set up in 100 footers, 50 footers, and you just go and stretch them out, step them in the best you can, and then from there you energize the fence, make sure that they stay. And the goats are very smart. When they know that fence is hot, they'll stay the hell away from that.
They don't mess with it. They run pretty quick.
Every once in a while, you'll see them test it. They will test to make sure because they're smart. But they're dumb.
We're going up to our goats.
And where are the goats now?
They're moved. So they're closer.
So they used to be way away from the house, but now they're where?
Over here.
And you can see them from the house.
Yeah. Where is he?
This is what it looks like all done. And we'll get some better pictures tonight. So what do you guys do with all this snow? How do the goats handle the snow?
They hate the snow.
Freaking hate it.
They don't like to be
I
wet.
don't like it at all.
No?
No.
So what do they all just hang out in the goat barn?
Yeah, they kind of
Yeah.
call us from the goat
you'll
barn.
See,
Look at them sticking their
when
heads
you,
out.
Yeah, you'll see when I get up there today. I got some snowshoes I'll strap on, and I'll actually go and walk a path for them and walk areas so they can go and explore more.
So what do
Once
you
it's
do?
been
You just
hammered
hop over
on.
the fence?
Yeah, I just pretty much jump over.
But the goats don't jump it.
No.
No. They don't like the fence.
So,
It's
Can
electric.
you reach in and feed them
I've
without having to
literally-
get in?
Yes.
Yeah, but I've literally reached in and was petting one of the. It was Shadow. No, Sweetie Pie. I was petting Sweetie Pie's nose, and the fence zapped me, and I passed the zap right straight through her nose. And my
This more pushing?
yeah,
A lot of
2
pushing.
foot of snow, bro. We got hours of foot.
How much you got now?
We burnt.
How much snow you got up there?
We just got a foot. That just dropped on
Did you
us
guys
the
lose
last
all
3
this?
days.
Yes.
Yeah.
It took a while,
but it went.
but it did go.
And we had a lot of rain, and it was nasty. A lot
I was
of
so
water.
tired.
A lot of
Where's it from? Me? Yeah. Here, I left it. Turn it on the flashlight. Guys, it's getting really cold.
Yeah. You can head in. Start heading over there. Your dad's over there. Jared probably went in.
I'm not sure if I want to. Well, now the goat's on it.
It doesn't matter.
I don't want to. I'm a very big person.
You don't have to even worry about your feet. Don't even think.
This is as far as I can walk in.
think your feet.
No, like I actually can't. I'm too big.
Move your knees up and down. Make sense?
I need Brad's plank.
Yeah.
To feed the goats.
You're going to feed the goats?
Can I have one?
Yes.
Or should I just like take
Hey, Phoebe. Will you take the phone and
Yes.
show it around in there? You. So turn it around.
Here,
so
girls.
the same things that Bella tried.
Hi. They're not hungry. They won't eat.
They were just eating that branch. They're pretty excited for the time there.
Do they have names?
Yes, that one's Sweetie Pie.
Sweetie Pie?
Yeah, everyone just came in behind you, Belle.
Who? Oh.
This is
Yeah, see, they
Matilda.
like eating the pine.
Oh, I nearly hit him in the face.
They won't trust you after a while. One just bonked their head. But they're fine. That's what they do.
Here, Phoebe, give me the phone.
Want to see the footage?
Thank you. Huh?
Want to see the footage?
Not yet.
What?
Not yet.
Here. Trying to grab more branches.
I'm stuck.
Yes, you are. You're gonna stay here.
Oh God, no.
I need your light.
Belle, shine the light out that way.
Yeah.
That way so you can see her feeding the...
Here.
I have straw in my hair now. I'm a country girl.
No, look. How much is there? It's fine.
So this thing came out pretty sweet.
What?
The goat barn, the portable goat barn that your parents built.
I helped. It's called this dozer.
It's called the Dozer.
Yes. Named after a dog. One, it likes to eat with his friends. Stop tugging at me!
There's no spiders in here, right? Alright, so if you said yes, I'm running. I'm running and never coming back.
Well, do you know what? We got bug spider repellent.
Oh, what?
Spider repellent.
Oh. Really?
I think it is. But we
Do you mean you just put bug repellent on it?
Yeah. So the fire. We got.
I think it's trying to get out.
I named this one.
What?
And before we eat, I said I want this name. This girl's and me named Shadow, and I named her that.
Are they all girls?
Yes.
Oh my God!
Half of me, Matilda. Have you watched the movie Matilda?
Yeah.
That's her name, Matilda,
Nice.
the blondie.
Funny because she has brown hair, but
That one back there should have been named. Matilda.
Yeah, that's a lot of running around.
they're all really trying to get this.
Hello, everybody.
Everyone.
Hi.
How'd you like the movie?
Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We that was a lot more work than it seems. But so now we've got, if you see the slideshow there, I skipped a couple things, but some of the things you guys do up there, you've got the this is honeycombs, I'm assuming.
Yeah, those are full honey frames
How many hives do you guys have?
right now.
0?
Yeah. Yeah. We want to get more though.
And
I dropped the ball hard.
yeah, and that happens.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
more of what you guys are into is these little guys.
Yeah, the
Yeah, the
goats.
goatees.
They're super fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like to eat these little gummies. Yeah, so I'm sorry for all the crinkling. These little Walmart. Where's the camera? There it is.
Little
Yeah.
fruit smiles.
These are my jam.
All right. So the goats, you guys started. How old are the goats now?
Almost
year old?
3 year.
Almost a year old. The goats are.
We're gonna be breeding them really soon.
Yeah.
So there'll be much more to come on that. The mobile goat barn. Now it's gone through a little bit more weather. How's everything holding up? Is the water still unfrozen and everybody's surviving?
Yep, everybody's doing well.
Yeah, it's doing really well.
I brought the goats in. That day we were at like negative 18 or whatever it was. My thermometer doesn't go below negative 14, and it was negative 14 at 8 that night, and it went to I think it was 2 o'clock the next day in the afternoon before it finally started registering again at negative 14. So I brought the goats in. We knew it was going to be cold, so we brought the goats in. We got like this little like Arctic entrance off the side of the house, and let the goats just sit there and chill out. And it was fun.
Yeah.
It was
Olivia
fun.
kept putting her feet on the front door and like looking in the house, and she's like, "What are you guys doing in there?"
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to show that little room there on one of these next videos. But it's
Yeah.
pretty good setup. And then more importantly, you guys have chickens now, and that seems to be eggs are at an extreme premium. But how long have you had the chickens for?
Oh, for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I pretty much say we've had chickens when we were living in Whitehall, in the town in Whitehall.
Yep.
Just chickens are so easy, but the problem is, back in Whitehall, and before we used to get a bag of chicken food for $8-9. It used to be 7 when we first started.
Yeah.
And it's like $8-9. Now it's 14 to $20 for a bag of chicken food.
Yeah. Depending on what brand you get.
So it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. My meat birds that we did, that was $28 a day in food for that 100 birds that we were feeding.
Yeah.
$28 a day because they ate a bag of food a day, and it was $28 a bag for that organic, like chicken food.
Yeah, that's expensive. That adds
I was
up.
like, I go, I don't care. I go, what's the worst? We invest a crap ton of money in this chicken that is like top notch in my freezer.
So how many meat birds did you have?
We started out with 100 chicks that we ordered online. And
87?
we ended up with 86. Well, no, technically 84 because we kept 2 as pets.
Yeah. We still got 2 rocking.
And
well,
they
they didn't stay as pets. They got pardoned or no, they were asked for clemency. So
Sounds like a stay of execution for the two.
yeah, and their names are Herdy and Gertie, and they are like absolute dinosaurs compared to our other chickens. They lay some monster eggs, and they're actually really good chickens.
Yeah, they're very friendly.
They're very friendly. They'll come over and they'll sit on my. Do you got any pictures of them sitting on my shoulder and stuff?
Now, no.
Yeah, they're.
But I can get them.
I'll pick them up. These big like pterodactyl chicken. I'll set right on my shoulder, and they'll just carry them along, and they'll just be bopping on my shoulder.
Yeah. But yeah, eggs are crazy expensive right now. We did not buy eggs. We ran out of eggs at one point because they were going through molt, and so they lost all their feathers. So they're putting all their energy into growing new feathers. And he's like, I refuse to buy eggs right now when they're $7 for a carton of eggs.
And they smell like bleach when you crack them in the pan.
So we held out. We didn't buy any eggs. We used our freeze-dried scrambled eggs that we had, and So yeah, once they started laying again, and now we are in an egg abundance again.
which works out good for me. But you
Yeah.
guys, you guys have these raised gardens. How did you had somebody mill the boards, right? And then you guys kind of lifted them.
No, well, Scooter did that. He cut down the tree. He cut it in half with his saw, and then he burned the inside of it with a propane torch, hoping to like deter any bugs.
Oh yeah,
And then we filled them with compost and soil,
Swat at me.
and then we started our garden in them.
So these are the freeze-dried eggs. I just got soaked up there.
Did you, bud? It's corn. How are the goaties doing?
Good.
Yeah, that's freeze-dried eggs. That's raw eggs. Freeze-dried. This steak had, it was like 2 tablespoons and 2 tablespoons, or 4 and 4. What was it, 4 and 4?
2 tablespoons of egg powder and 2 tablespoons of water equals 1 egg.
1 egg. And it actually, it's a raw egg when you put it back to, but it's like super homogenized. Like, it's the ultimate scrambled egg. Right there. That's real egg. And it's good egg.
Careful, honey.
And that could stay for 25 years with an oxygen absorber. Not in that can.
Matthew watches YouTube.
I do it in my bag.
Yeah.
If Matthew is sure.
So,
yeah. There's a good picture of the raised garden. You can see where it's charred on the inside, and you guys and that was to keep the bugs out.
yeah, they got these, like, I don't know, I call them carpenter bees. They look like carpenter flies or whatever. They look like a big bumblebee.
Yeah,
And they just been drilling holes in like every soft wood that we put down.
gotcha.
They just go to town on it, and then there's these other. They actually hear them chewing away through logs.
While you're in the garden.
Yeah, while you're in the garden, you can actually you can hear them scraping. So like I tried to do something, but I should have peeled the bark off the other side.
Yeah,
And burnt that too, and that would have kept them away. But no, they went and found that soft layer between the bark and the wood and exploited it from there.
yeah. I see somebody commenting that their trailer's getting good use, so must be somebody whoever.
Probably Billy.
Yeah, Bilker. So that he's
Bill.
the one who donated
Hey,
the trailer to the cause.
no, my Uncle Francis did, but that's the awesome story about it because my Uncle Francis got this trailer from somebody else. They got it from somebody else. They got it from somebody else, and then I rolled up by it one day and I got it. Billy's like, I know this trailer. He starts looking at it. He's like, dude, this was my trailer. I put that stuff on. I'm like, no shit. Isn't that funny? And yeah, I'm glad to see it's Goat Palace now.
Yeah.
We could call it the Goat Dozer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we used to have a dog, but he was old, so we had to put him down because he was old.
And now you've got the trailer to look at because when you look at the front of that, yeah, you actually said that. I made sure I kept that in the video for you.
Mm-hmm. If you go back, you can see it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
But now, like
All
you
of them beats that we
you had
did.
talked about, so this is we've got a picture of you holding the beets, and then
Yeah.
and this is after the raised garden, but we had one picture in here that was before you guys even had the garden. What was this land like? Did you have to level it off? How did you get it to this
Oh,
point right here?
Yeah.
I call myself an Adirondack rock farmer because I've literally farming rocks since I got here. You can't touch this dirt. It's so loomy. It's like full of everything from this size stuff to stuff the size of this house. And you don't know if you're gonna hit a monster rock or you're just, gonna have a nice easy dig.
Do
You
you know
don't
what?
know.
We
It's crazy
actually
up here.
found like a rock like almost the size of our house underneath our garden.
That's an unbelievably big rock.
Yeah, no, there's a rock on the left corner actually. If you're looking at this photo on the bottom, like the front of that tractor on the left,
Yeah, like in there.
that corner over there, the rock that I pushed in that hole is bigger than that tractor that's there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I literally tried digging because I hit it with the tractor. I'm like, oh, I gotta move this rock out of the way. And
Yeah.
it was just like an iceberg. I'm digging and I'm digging and I'm digging. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I literally had like 8 hours digging this rock
Yeah.
Wow. And then
because
so you
I had to
guys
get it out of there.
and
Like
you
I
had
dug it, and like dug an area big enough for it to roll into, and I pushed it into it and then reburied it.
Oh, yeah, and there's my broccoli. That's the first
Yeah,
time I've ever grown broccoli.
and that was really
And that all that stuff around it is freeze
Stop
dried stuff.
yelling. Microphone works really good. So does my ear.
So that's freeze dried candy. That looks like that's the
yeah, that's freeze dried candy, and that is delicious, I will say.
freeze
Yeah,
dried
freeze dried candy is awesome.
and so also bananas.
And if anybody wants to buy your freeze dried candy, what's the best way to get a hold of you guys?
Gonna be on here on Facebook probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Facebook. She's also got an Etsy page too, don't you?
Yeah, I gotta get it more set up.
Yeah. Well,
Working on it.
we're getting there. So then you guys had green beans, tomatoes, and then where you guys are at is beautiful. Like you just look at this is where the goats were before you guys made the goat barn.
Yep. That's right there is that was a lot of effort. It was our first campsite, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's where
You
we
see that
first
one
started.
on the tree over there?
Yeah.
That literally was our first campsite. We took a couple pallets up there, screwed them together, and then drove 2x4s in the ground, and then we like lifted the pallets up and screwed them to the 2x4 so it was like a level platform.
Then we made it into the goat place where they are.
Yeah, and then we stayed up there. Was it 2 years as a campsite, and then last year we turned it into like a goat.
Goat house.
Yeah, like a nice, safe place up there.
Yeah, and it took like hours putting that fence up, and like in that picture, we are absolutely filthy and exhausted.
Yeah, I had a week.
Oh, that's that one that we just passed was whenever our baby got sick.
Yeah, that's Olivia.
Yeah, it's Olivia when she was a baby.
Yeah.
And that's Olivia with the brown, and that's Shadow who's right next to the blonde one. That one is Matilda. I told you their names a few 20 minutes ago.
I love it. It's very exciting, isn't it? You guys have a lot of cool things up here, and then like the views you guys have are.
It's just gorgeous. Yeah, and to be honest with you, have you noticed the sky lately?
Mm-hmm.
It's like been like these beautiful bubblegum skies. You
Just
know what I mean?
crazy colors, yeah.
Not like that purple and the pink, like I call it like a cotton candy bubblegum. You know what I mean? I just love those. Those are the most. And we've been having them in the morning. We've been having them at night, and I just love. It's just so gorgeous up here. I'm sorry. I got a kid that come over here and took my chair pretty much from me.
Aha.
Get out of here for a second.
She's all wrapped up in cords here.
Oh boy. Thank you, Phoebe. Oh.
There we go. Oh.
Well, as is life with kids and most of the things that happen. So we've got a couple episodes already done that we're going to be releasing here pretty soon. We've got one. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that tanning agent and how you did that?
The tanning
Not,
agent?
it's your waterproof.
The waterproofer.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a tanning agent, I'm sorry.
Tinning.
Weatherproofer.
Tinning.
Tinning, yeah. So like back in the day they used to, and I don't know, you could probably go check this up on YouTube or something, but they called it a tin pants, and they would call this tinning solution was boiled linseed oil, beeswax, and mineral spirits, and you want to like a certain consistency that you're looking for is a little bit. I like it like snow seal, and if anybody knows what snow seal is, it's pretty much the same thing. That snow seal that you buy in a can, way easy to make, and it works great. Heat it up, and I've been painting on the clothes, but you guys will be able to see that whole episode, right? Won't you? Because we're gonna
And
do
if
that one soon, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do that one's probably one of the next ones, and I covered up Nicole there with the tin pants just to show people they are very expensive to get that style of actual pants, and that'll be one of the next ones. And stay tuned because there's the
Look,
chance
this is my.
we
You want to see something cool?
always. So there's the coat,
That's my tin coat.
and if you want to see Scooter
My car hurt.
take a blowtorch to that coat, then stay tuned for
Yeah.
maybe that one will be the next week's episode. We'll run that one up.
See how much waterproofing that we've added to this coat, and how much fire resistance we actually added to this coat by doing that. It's pretty cool, and a lot of people comment when you're wearing these coats around because they're like, "Man, what that coat's cool. Where do you get? Man, that coat looks like it's got a bunch of miles on it." And they're like, "Nah, that's actually a new one." But the reason why it looks like it's got a bunch of miles on it is because all the pores are all filled in.
That really blew my mind is how you were hitting it with the blowtorch and it wasn't, yeah, like altering the canvas. Like the inside of the canvas wasn't even really heating up much because you like the way you did it. That was cool. So that'll be next. We won't talk too much about that. But
Yeah, I don't want to give it all away, but it's pretty cool.
yeah,
I remember watching like this old episode with this guy, and he was a forest ranger that liked to fight fires, and he had some crazy pair of pants that he built. And I remember him saying like, "Yeah, I used the tinted solution on it," and I'm like, "What is this?" And it just drove me down a rabbit hole a long time ago. And I literally just pulled it out of my head. I'm like, "Man, I gotta start tinning. I gotta tin this coat." And I told Nicole, I'm like, "This coat is so nice. It was a blessing from her sister's husband.
Yeah.
He
Brand new coat still had tags
brand new
on it.
coat. He's like, you want this coat? Like that's like a $300 coat from Car or anything.
yeah, they're
The
expensive.
full sling, like they're not cheap. They're not cheap.
Yeah, they're definitely expensive. I just flipped. I realized to put myself back on the camera here. I'll hide myself again.
Why?
Well,
I
cause
don't have you there.
it's your guys. You guys are the stars of the show. I'm just here to, make sure it flows through the system. So what else? What else have we got videoed so far? So give everybody a little bit of an example. Like what can they expect? We've got a Pontiac Vibe that you ended
Oh
up with,
yeah.
and let's.
That was another blessing. Didn't feel super great in the beginning, but I had my uncle's car over at the house because he blew a head gasket, and we went to go put it back together and found out the head was absolutely trashed. So he said he didn't want to spend any more money on it. And I was like, "Come on, man, this car's too nice. It doesn't have any like rust underneath it. It was a great running car. It's pretty much a Toyota Matrix. You know what I mean? 4-wheel drive little car." I'm like, "That's a killer car, dude."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, And then he comes over with the title and he throws it. He not throws it, but he hands it to me. He's like, "Here, car's yours." And he starts pulling the plates off, and I'm like, "What are you doing, dude? Like, don't give up." And he's like, "No." He goes, I'm done. I got the car for cheap." It's froze.
Uh-oh. I don't think so. I can still hear you. You're still good.
Okay, well,
Okay, I'm shaking.
yeah, I got this like weird thing going on in my head. Oh, that's my hat. That's
Uh-huh.
just my hat.
Well, I just put the engine block over the top of you too, so now people can see,
Yeah. So
what we've
this
got
was the
pulled apart.
original. So that I pulled the head off inside the car,
Yes, go ahead.
and you know, found out that it was way cheaper for me to grab another engine from another car right now and slam it in it. But to find out to run a Toyota Corolla motor in a Matrix, you got to cut some parts off the block and change some things around.
So that's
It's running.
it's running now, and we're hopefully, we'll either do so next week. I guess we could leave it up to whoever comments if they'd rather see the tinning video or the Pontiac video, and we will make sure one gets out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're doing stuff every day, so if they want to see stuff, just let us know, and we're gonna try to jump on here a lot. People get a chance to, ask us for stuff like, "Hey, we want to see, you going out talking to the chickens," or "Hey, we want to go talk to the goats for a little bit." Let me know. Ask questions. We'll jump on, go live for you.
Definitely.
Do little lives. It's not that hard. Just
No.
to let
Yeah.
you guys out there, and it's like, and the other thing is like we also saying that we are working on our faith. Like if you feel you need somebody to pray with you, at any time, you can get a hold of us, and we'll pray with you.
Absolutely.
So we want that to put out there. That if you ever need anything, don't be hesitating to ask. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you guys are, you're amazing, and that's one nice thing about anybody who knows you. They know you're that guy you can count on. So
Try to.
yeah, so like we said, we've got all kinds of videos done up. We've been doing this for about 48 minutes. Everything will be on the YouTube page. It'll be uploaded by tomorrow. All these videos, so you can either watch them here on Facebook Live. Their YouTube channel will be up, and we might be able to set up like a live premiere where you guys essentially will run it on here and then it'll go on there after. So if anybody wants to jump in the chat and talk to you guys, and the easiest way for anybody to get in touch with you guys to for this is to just basically send a message to you guys through this Facebook and be like, hey, we want to do, or we would like to see you guys do this, or we'd like to see you do that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Send us a message, post
Yeah.
it on our page. We're working on getting Instagram and Twitter set up too.
Yeah.
It's a
We're gonna have that
process.
all linked up. We want to go on to was the other one, not truth. That.
Oh yeah, the Truth Social. Is
Yeah.
that what it's called?
Yeah, we're going on that.
AB Kids YouTube.
We're gonna try to see if people want to see us in Patreon, whatever we're gonna do. We'll make it happen. Make you guys happy. Spread the word.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Yeah, we
Well,
thank you all for watching.
yes, thank you guys so much. It's been yeah, it's been awesome. I love doing this with you guys. I'm so glad you guys were willing to do this. So many people don't want to stand in front of the camera and do what you guys are doing. It's incredible.
Well,
Yeah,
we appreciate all your help with it.
absolutely. I'm glad to know you guys and glad to be a part of it. Is Leon going to come on and say goodbye?
Yeah, Leon, come on over here. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right. So what do you think we should do next week, Leon? Should we just do an episode with just you?
Yeah, he says he wants to do an episode about Minecraft and Lego.
Minecraft
Every
and Legos.
video game, actually.
He says every video game. Sorry, every.
They're frozen.
Oh yeah, you guys glitched there for a second. Every video game, and he'll have to hook up with my buddy Owen, who's doing all kinds of videos like that.
Oh yeah, that's what he's all about.
Yeah, game tag life. But awesome. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, and it's been a blast.
No, thank you, buddy.
Yes, thank you.
Without you, we wouldn't have been able to do this. I'm terrible at this stuff.
That's all right.
You're very, very good at that. And if anybody needs any help getting out there and doing that, this is the man to talk to. You guys got to talk to Blue Squatch Productions, man. He's got it working.
There it
Definitely.
is. All right, thank you guys. And thanks everybody for watching. Bye, Phoebe.
Thank you. God bless.
Bye.